We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New York Giants. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And how about this for a start? This is out of bounds. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Now Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. Fights through him, now a crease. And he's going to be brought down right there after the catch at the 34. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
How about a little credit for Slayton there as he moves the chains? Whether he's starting, low on the depth chart, wherever he is, he just produces for the G-men. Third 700-yard season in 4 years to begin his NFL career.
A gain of 3, second down. The Giants at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
That will toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That one, a first down pickup of 8. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting and preparation and understanding what their team was capable of.
First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. Daniel Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
And Daniel Jones has always been an integral part of his team's run game. 5 touchdowns on the ground in the first 3 years. Had 7 last season. So even if it's not a called quarterback run, he understands where the goal line is and often will carry it himself.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. And finally, he's out of bounds, but not before a great return. He's all the way inside the 30.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside, he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They run with the second-year man. It's Kenneth Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You talk about this Giant defense. They were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
And he'll go down at the 28. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively,
They avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
That's a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Setting up to throw, Flacco. And that is incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going to try it. Here's Flacco. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And he's into the clear. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
They're going to run it with Barkley. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Nothing the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Seahawks, nothing.
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it as we resume action. Gano out to kick this one away. And coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week they're coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Another their throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now 21-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Flacco's this throw finds Smith and Jigba. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
1st and 10 here for Flacco. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
2nd down, Flacco now. He's got a man. It's his fullback. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They go pass again with Flacco. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 21. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's 2nd and 7. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Passing play, Flacco. Flushed out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Boy, that's 3 points you really expect to have. That's nothing more than a lack of concentration to me, because an NFL kicker should make this kick in his sleep.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right. They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on, catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Now a 3rd and 6. Throwing, Jones. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Jones on first down. He's got the rookie from Tennessee, Jalen Hyatt. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From just shy of midfield, Jones, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And he will have the Giants first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Jones now throwing on first down. Hyatt has got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. That is incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound Brandon no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with time quickly, and he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Giants are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. All the way in. Touchdown, New York. Matt Breida in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 28-0. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Here's 2nd and 10. Running right, here's Walker. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 58 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
1st and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. He hits his target, Lockett. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there, 22. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet. I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter.
Walker hitting, the ball is out.
Wow, that ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball.
Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Big Leonard Williams, the one who came in and got him. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kid who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely, no question. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Xavier McKinney. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good can happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
Jones looking to throw on 2nd down. The Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. After that sack, 3rd and long. Tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2nd and 11. Breida, they'll go up the middle. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. He may go. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Giants have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Gano the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And going right back to Walker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 70 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
1st down, Seahawks.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. Defensively with this lead in the 4th quarter, I guess you can allow a run of that magnitude.
You're right about that, but really the focus has got to be don't fall in love with the idea that you're getting big runs now. You're right. They're actually being allowed. They've got to think really hard about getting some chunk plays through the air, too.
They'll run the toss to Walker. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Straight ahead, Walker. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and they will remain well